Hey y'all, Jamie, that's me here, and I'm back. You know why? Because PPG and PPGM is back on top, along with a few others that they got with them. All right. Now, can I say this? I was watching Love Island USA Beyond the Villa, which is what we're about to get into now. And I have to say, within the first 10 minutes, I was like, ooh, why do I feel like I'm going to want another season of this? I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm going to want another season. We shall see how the season actually plays out. But I'm like, listen, if they give me like a season two, I'm not gonna be mad. And I also would not be mad if after season two, Cordell and Serena decide to excuse themselves just a little bit. Because I love me some Cordell and Serena down. And y'all know how editing can be with these reality shows. And I would hate for them to use their relationship as the way to create issues that aren't technically there. So, with that being said, if they wanted to save their relationship in some capacity and not do the show in the future after season two, I would get it. I would completely understand. All right. But we are going to go ahead and tap into some things right out the gate. I have to ask, why is Connor returning? Why is Connor returning and why is Rob not returning in his place? Like, Connor really wasn't even there that long. I'll give Connor maybe a week to 2 weeks, if that. He was not that significant to me of Love Island USA for us to give a damn about. And I hate that Janae kind of makes him that damn important because he really ain't, high key. But I'm like, who do you know? Because seeing how Aaron is so close to Connor, I don't think they really had that before, and maybe they did. I can't fully recall, but I know that Connor and Rob were like this. So if Connor and Rob had a much stronger relationship, why didn't we get Rob this season? I guess it makes more sense to have Connor because of whatever connections he may already have, in addition to the fact that Janae got some beef with him too. But child, Kendall, I understand. Kendall made it all the way to the end. But Connor is giving has been just a little piece. So why do we need him? Go get Rob. Anyway, child, Janae and Kenny link up. All right. They link up with Serena. And Cordell isn't there because he is working. All right. But he will be around just a little piece. All right. Cordell is diving into acting. And aside from wanting to be a brand ambassador for Cheez-Its, which he ended up doing while everybody was laughing at him last season, he is now acting. He does have a production that's coming out, a show that's coming out with Keke Palmer. So shout out to him. I believe it's a Keke Palmer production that's supposed to be released. So he's tapping into his acting bag, right? So Serena says it felt like they were living together for a minute, but she had to go ahead and let him know you're gonna have to get your own spot or whatever like that, because you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need that ring up out that thing. Period. And if we ain't getting that ring up out that thing, then we can't be living together because I'm gonna get, used to this. Which is also interesting. And I feel like maybe her parents were on her head top about that, because she also talked about them having like separation anxiety because they were with each other in the villa. They be with each other all the time. They just enjoy being around each other. Like, you could tell, like, he is truly like her safe space, for real, for real. And I love that for them. But yeah, even when I watch some of the interviews that they've done, like, yeah, Cordell may have his own place, but they always are together though. Either they're at her home most of the time, or they're at his house. I feel like she said in one of the interviews, I believe she mentioned something about being at her house most of the time, even though he has his own spot, because she has most of the things at her house, right? So, anywho, that's what's going on. I don't know at what point they're going to decide to go ahead and just get their own apartment together, considering the fact that they've been together for a year. And, her apartment ended up getting broken into at one point. And I don't think anything was really taken, but it was just weird because I believe her back door was like wide open. Somebody was sitting around. It was like you could tell they were hanging out at her back area or something, because her door was wide open. I think she said it was cigarette butts on the grounds. There was some like open food and all of this and that. So you could just tell it was like somebody was living in her house or something. It was like really weird. So she had to, move or whatever. And I believe she called Cordell, and Cordell ended up having to hop on a flight to like get to her or something like that. So it was a lot. So they might, I don't know, when people know and learn that you live by yourself and in that building and stuff, um, ain't no telling. Maybe it's best if they do stay together. Who knows? All right. So that's what's going on with them. So Kenny and Janae are still going strong. Okay. Shout out to them. Kenny. Y'all, I love two parts of Love Island USA season 6 that I love to go back and watch is the episodes after Casa Amor. I love to go back and see how Janae and Kenny had that sit down and he started crying and she was emotional. Pick her. No, pick her. Why the fuck would you even bring her here? Like, for what fucking what? Like, I love it. Right? And when Serena pretty much went off on Cordell, like, no, no, no. So disrespectful. And I told you. It didn't take much. It didn't take shit. I loved it. Damn, man. You ain't need much. Hey, let me talk. Like, iconic. iconic. Love the moments, okay? And it was really authentic moments. Everything that I feel we were really missing from this season, they could delete this season, but I know they're gonna keep it up anyway. So I'm thinking about season 7. But let's get into back to Beyond the Villa. So they both live in two different places. Y'all know Kenny is down there in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, where she's over there in Las Vegas. Now, of course, they're going to be filming. So during this time, for a month or so, they will be living in LA. Right. And now what we're gonna learn more about their living arrangements while they're here in LA. But you can tell that Janae definitely wants to live with Kenny, but Kenny is like, hold what you got because I need a little bit of space. Okay. Not only do I be with you all the time or as much as I can be, but aside from that, you got a lot of stuff that come with you. Okay. And you're gonna be cramping up my style. But let's keep going. Let's see. So Kaylor, Olivia, Connor, and Kendall are all sitting down to eat. And again, I said, why is he here? Because Connor got eliminated when the show was at its peak. I said exactly. So that means that you got eliminated like halfway through the fucking show. So why the fuck is you even here? You came in the middle and your ass about left in the middle too. Why the fuck is he here? Okay, because I don't remember Connor being one of I think Connor came in as a bombshell. I don't think Connor came in as one of the main cast members. Like, anyway, child. So Kendall says life has changed a lot for him this year, and he came out of the villa facing a culture shock. Well, for the people that do not know, all right. And I may have put this somewhere else in my notes, but I'm gonna say it now. Not Connor, but Kendall. Kendall ended up getting blasted on. Okay. Kendall ended up getting exposed at the end of the season. I believe right before he came out or right after he came out of the villa, where basically what happened was when you see, if you're watching the show Beyond the Villa and you haven't seen season 6, what happens is there is of course, you guys see the preview where Nicole references a video or whatever. He sent the video to a person. It was an explicit video. He literally crawled on the bed, spread some cheeks, whatever it was, and sent it to somebody. All right. Before he got into the villa, it was like a whole mess. It was a lot going on. It was some drama stuff where they had it was a lie. Okay. It was a lie. So he had to face that culture shock. Like, not only going more than a month without your phone, having access to your phone. So that's that. You got to get back into the real world of doing things, right? Navigating this new life that you now have, on top of the fact that you can't even get on your phone without seeing that you've been exposed. Yikes. Okay. And then you had to kind of like talk to that at the reunion. Yikes. But let's not even forget that we all felt like Nicole was fake as hell when it came to the relationship with her and Kendall anyway. Because when y'all sit at the table and Connor says, yeah, I bumped into her. We were on the elevator and she said, you know, I love that kid. And he said, he made a face like, yeah, I don't know if you love shit. Right. Because we all thought that it was fake as hell. It was all fake as hell. Anywho, Kaylor talks about how she want a hot girl summer, honey. She not looking for no husband. She looking to have her a good old time, period. Now, Olivia and Kaylor got really close over the summer to the point where Miss Liv was living with Kaylor and her family. Over the summer, at least for like a month, she was living there. Dang. Okay. That was interesting. Okay. I was like, well, actually, it wasn't that interesting. It was actually nice of her family, to open their home up to her. I thought that was really nice. Okay. And I think that she's from Australia. I thought she was. She's not from America. So, yeah, because are her and Miguel from the same place or something like that? Either way. Child, they've been living in the United States, period. Okay, so she's been able to stay a bit longer, and she was able to live with Kaylor and her family. Kaylor hates that Liv is dating this athlete that she's dating, because now she's like, girl, I wanted to have a hot girl summer. I wanted to be out all the time partying, doing whatever I do, but I can't really do that because you can't really do that because you're going to be needing to show up as a girlfriend to this person, and I don't like that. Now, Liv is keeping the guy private because she doesn't know how things are going to play out. And I don't fault her for that. And we later learned that that's the same thing that Connor is doing. And I support y'all keeping y'all partners private until you know that it's going to work out, especially when you're in the public eye. And the way these people be going digging and diving. All right. So I get it. Kendall did let everybody know that he met the guy that Miss Girl is dating, that Liv is dating, and come to find out, Kendall met the guy before Kaylor met the guy. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I personally feel like Liv got some type of Something with Kaylor. I don't know if you're envious, jealous of her. I don't know if you're annoyed by her, but that is a friendship that, in my personal, unless I see something different show up as the season progresses, I think that is a friendship that she should sit down. I don't think that is a friendship that she should continue. That's just how I feel about it, because typically with the actions of what's showing up in their friendship is bound to continue to happen, because that is exactly who Liv is. And it's not really going to change too much. But I digress. So Janae brings up Liv's guy and his birthday party while she's talking to Serena. And then Kenny like, chill out. What you doing? She's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to mention it. So it seems like it's supposed to be all private and exclusive. But I'm like, is it the party that's exclusive? Can't be, because it's the birthday party that he's throwing. He's an athlete. I'm sure it's going to be big. But I think it's just the fact that they're trying to keep it on the low of who she is dating at this time. So that's that. Now, in walks Leah and Miguel has only been in the UK for a month in the past year. Any other time he back home with Leah, spending time with her. They love being around each other. I believe they mentioned in a recent interview about them potentially being soulmates, and I'm like, hey, go for it, okay? Here for it. They really are enjoying each other, okay? And you know what? I'm over here talking about bombshell. Hell, Miguel was a bombshell, but Miguel was bombshelling, period. Okay? Miguel was bombshelling, period. When Miguel I did, everybody was like, damn. Okay, so go ahead, Miguel. Now Cordell is reached out to on FaceTime, and everybody's chit chatting and everything, and I'm loving the PPGM vibe of it all. Now they're all getting ready for this Love Island summer party, and Leah asked if there's anybody that they aren't looking forward to seeing, and Janae like, Connor. I don't like that motherfucker. Nope, Connor. Don't like him. Can't stand him. Get him out my face. Pack him up. Little Miss Fake is what it's giving. So, this is what the flashback gave. The flashback gave when Sally asked him, I get, after you kicked out the villa or whatever, they asked, who do you think, they asked questions. And one of the questions she asked was, who do you think was secretly two-faced? He turned his heart around with Janae's name on it, spelled completely wrong. But what gagged the hell out of me was the fact that Sally ass turned hers around and it had fucking Serena name on it. And I'm like, why the fuck would you even participate in it, Sally, when you wasn't even in the damn villa? And maybe that's something that she typically does. But if it is, why the fuck would you sit up there and say Serena name that she was being secretly two-faced? Now, how you get that out of that? Okay, I ain't like that. But anywho, so Connor says Janae was a little undercover mean. So if you felt like Janae was undercover mean, please explain to me how that equates to being two-faced secretly. Hello? Girl, go ahead. So, anywho, Janae says that he pretty much lied on her, and she says she's never interested in being his friend. And the window for him to have apologized to her, she said, oh, that's over with. Okay, he could have been apologized. He didn't do it. Let's pack him up. Let's move it on. Okay, so that is how Janae is feeling at this time. And I feel like a lot of people are going to go on, not a lot of people, but a few people of the show are moving forward and not necessarily realizing the reason why Janae is feeling away about Connor. So Kaylor asked Connor how he feels about Janae. He says he don't know if she's going to respond to him, how she going to react, if she still want to tear his head off. He don't know. He says he did feel bad that she didn't get to say everything that she really wanted to say while at the reunion, but he is open to talking to her. Now, Olivia asked about Nicole, and Connor says that that's when he talks about being stuck in the elevator with her or whatever. So Kendall says the last time he spoke to her was after the reunion, and Kendall got exposed again, explaining to you guys about that sexual video that dropped. He says he tried to work things out with her, or at least they attempted to fix things or whatever, and it just didn't work out in the long run, right? And that's because I feel like Kendall has shown himself to be fake as fuck, and we saw that in the villa, how he would say one thing to the guys and then be over there saying one thing to the girls, but really be talking about the girls behind their back. Like, it just was not giving a genuine friend. And he may have learned his lesson a bit, but we definitely was on his head top last season, because we just didn't like how he was showing up. Like, he was not coming off as a authentic person to us. Like, you little sneaky little person, you. So Kaylor brings up Aaron and how he treated her, and she says she's nervous to see him for the first time. She says that she was ready to take on the world with him, but she just kept waking up to damn edits of him and another woman versus waking up to text messages saying good morning. Okay, she got to watch these damn TikTok edits of him kissing down other people in Casa Amor and all this other stuff. So she's definitely pressed, okay, about it. So that definitely affected their relationship in the long run because it was something she couldn't forget, and the public wasn't allowing her to forget it either. So she thinks that he hates her because he also blocked her, but she does admit that she still loves him and she still has feelings for him. Now Aaron is in LA at this time, and Connor does pop up over the house, so of course they're chatting, and Aaron says that he had to disconnect from everything mentally because it was just too much for him, right? Coming out of the villa, and then you got this new life and everything, getting all this backlash for how he treated Kaylor and all of that. So he just kind of like shut down, needed to go away, get away, go to the woods and stuff with his brother. And you know what? That may have been very therapeutic for him, and it likely could have been easier for him to do, being that he took such a long time away from his cellular devices and stuff anyway, away from social media. Being in the villa does that to you. So maybe it was easier for him to just put that phone down, get away from the noise, and just go and do his thing. It does appear from what I'm seeing of Aaron on this first episode, that Aaron may be a bit more healthier. He looks pretty good coming back mentally, right? So Aaron might be in the proper place that he needs to be mentally. Okay, so maybe that break worked for him, because it sounds like when he was talking to Connor that he may have slipped into a bit of depression. And hearing him say that kind of reminded me, okay, of the show that we just were, watching, Love Island USA, and how some of those people probably gonna be slipping and falling into that same space as well, because it can be a lot, right? So yeah, wishing everybody the best on their mental health journey. Connor asked if Aaron has been dating, and of course, I don't think Aaron has been dating at all, but Connor has been. Connor has been dating, and he says that he wants to kind of keep it private for now. Now, Aaron says he isn't sure if he really is ready to see Kaylor. He says that she did message him after the reunion, wanting to meet up with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think it's best for us to do that. I think it's best that we didn't." He ain't got no bad blood with her or anything, but I think he did the right thing. That's one thing I can appreciate about Aaron. I feel like he knows when he may fall back into the trap. So let me already set the boundaries up to not go that far with things. So I think that was the right decision. So Kaylor tells her dad about seeing Aaron again, and she's nervous. And then she tells her dad about having an issue with Liv, and says that she is talking to this guy that had a birthday party that was planned, right? Well, Liv told her that the party was canceled, but then when she get on social media, she see Liv hanging out with Kendall and celebrating the guy. So she like, what the hell is this? Like, that's fucked up. Like, you weren't even gonna tell me, you won't say nothing. Like, damn, what I do to you? And I feel like that was messed up. Okay. Now her dad says, and I love what her daddy said. Her daddy says, listen, she had the opportunity to be a friend, but she chose to be an associate. So treat her as such. I said, I know that's my right, daddy. She had the opportunity to be a friend, but she chose to be an associate. So treat her as such. Okay, y'all need to hang on to that. Put that in y'all pocket. Okay, so Kaylor's feelings are hurt because she thought that they were closer than that, and she also feels like she's being left out. But you over here inviting Kendall places, like, really? So I do feel like that was messed up. I feel like that was messed up to do that. Now Kaylor says sometimes she cherishes her friendship and people a little too much, and it oftentimes leave her feeling hurt. Okay. Janae and Kenny. Now, this is what I like. And I know some people may not like it, but for them, I like it. Y'all living side by side and not necessarily living together. Okay. I know some people may want to live together so that they can save on their, okay, on some bills and shit. But y'all ain't gotta live in the same place. Y'all right next door to each other. I like that. I think that's best. Kenny gets his space. Janae gets her space. When he pissed her off, she don't got to go in another room. She can go to her whole apartment. Okay. She can have her glam all over the house in a whole nother apartment. And like, I'm here for that. I know she want to live with him, but listen, this might not be that bad of an idea. However, he's in Dallas, you're in Vegas. Are you guys both going to move to LA at some point? Think about it. Anywho, so Kenny putting on her eyelashes had me on the floor. And I'm like, Kenny can be so silly. All right. So anywho, they talk about the party, and Janae wants to check on Aaron because she felt like he's been going through a lot, and she feels like everybody deserves forgiveness. He said, "Oh, everybody deserves forgiveness, but Connor, huh?" And she's like, "I'm sorry. Who is that?" Who is that? I can't recall who you talking about. Kenny says he will be talking to Connor, and Janae's like, oh wow, dapping up the op is crazy. She says, I just want you to know, listen, if you had an op, my loyalty is to you. Period. Okay. So there's that. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what he's choosing to do. I understand how Janae is feeling. I understand Kenny wanting to move forward with things because I feel like everybody keeps thinking about it from the standpoint of how he may have recoupled up with somebody else or chose somebody else or whatever it was. But it's not so much as what he did in the villa. It was more so the shit he did outside of the villa. That is her damn problem. And if he's done it consistently, like you talking shit about me and you wasn't even around that long, nigga, fuck you. Like, yeah, I'm not talking to you. I ain't trying to be around that man. He's weird. Like, I kind of feel Janae on that. Now, Leah and Miguel are talking and they talk about Aaron and Kaylor. And of course, they're trying to see whether they're going to get back together. And she said, you think Liv going to really let her get back with Aaron? Yeah, that may not happen. She don't think that's going to happen. She said she don't think they need to be together. And I agree. Not at this point in their life, right? They're at different places. I don't think they need to be together. It's very toxic. It's not gonna go anywhere. So I do agree with Leah. Leah reminds us also of Kendall saying how much Liv was his type to a T. They flash back to when he said that. But when you see both of them in scenes together, it gives every bit of brother sister vibes. And I know that's what they call each other, but it's just off. I can't see those two actually being in a couple at this point. I just see them as two friends. Like, that's the best thing for them. So Kaylor and a friend are on the phone, and Kaylor says that Olivia lies. Okay, she's talking about how Olivia been out here lying. She caught her in a lie many a times. She talked about how they were working for this brand company, and Kaylor wanted the camera, and the owner said, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let you have the camera." So when she reached out to the owner for the camera, the owner said they gave the camera to Liv for Liv to give, I guess, give to her or for them both to use or whatever. Well, when she talked to Liv at a different time, Liv made it seem like she went out and purchased that camera, knowing damn well the camera was for usage for Kaylor, right? So she calls her out about that. She said when I called her ass out about it, she apologized, right? Um, and then let me make sure because I think I lost my place. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So Kaylor is like, you don't want to share the camera with me, but you literally shared my motherfucking bed, bitch. And I'm like, girl, I'm with Kaylor. I'm with Kaylor on that, girl. Like, yeah, that's messed up. This girl that you shared her whole bed, her whole house with you, but you don't want to share a camera with her. To me, that's a person that operates like that's jealous. That's like some weird jealous thing. I feel like she probably gonna end up having competition with Kaylor at a later time, as them both being blondes and stuff like that. It's just giving weird behavior to me. Okay, it's just giving with this girl like what. You don't want to let your homegirl use the camera and she let you have her use her whole house. Like, are you okay? Something about that. I don't like that energy. Anywho, so yeah, so Liv thinks that she doesn't have any beef as she's going into this party, but little do she know. Now, Liv and Kendall talk, and Liv is scoping the scene to see who is available for Kendall. So when they're up there talking, it's a bunch of women around them chatting, and she's like, "Who's single? Who's single?" And she says, "You know, I'm the perfect wing woman or whatever." She scopes the scene or whatever, basically trying to hook Kendall up or whatever. And I'm like, "Now, Liv, you know damn well that none of those ladies standing around are his type." And I'm just gonna be real honest. And I'm basing it based on what he said out of his mouth as far as his type to a T. Those women were black women that were standing around. Maybe it was like one non-black woman. Okay. And he likes women that look like you and Nicole. Those women were not his type. Although he did entertain one lady, right? He did entertain her, complimenting her hair and stuff. And she seemed to be very clear to show her interest in him. He said, well, maybe we could go get drinks later. And she was like, okay. He was like, or maybe another day. And she was like, well, I'm down. Whatever you decide, like, I'm down. Right? He was like, okay, well, maybe I guess I'll get your number, or maybe I'll get your number or something like that. But it just didn't seem like, it seemed to me she was more interested in Kendall than Kendall was interested in her, for real, for real. But anywho, Serena asked Liv about Kaylor, and this is where the shade came from me. When Liv was asking, when Serena was asking Liv about Kaylor, Liv says, "Oh, she's getting glam. She's getting glam. She's doing her full glam, because she knows she's seeing Aaron tonight." As if, and then it just went into something else, and she started laughing. I felt like that was shade because you were trying to say she's getting all glammed up for Aaron as if he gonna want her or something. That's what I was clocking. Like, y'all gotta watch them type of friends. Like, Liv ain't no friend. I'm sorry. That's not that. So, eventually Kaylor does walk in. She walks in and Liv over there being fake, in my opinion, hyping her up. Yes, girl. Yes. Get it, get it, get it. Blue G, blue G. Ooh, ooh, toot, peace on. Do it, do it, do it. Girl, go ahead. So Aaron and Connor arrive as well, and Janae making sure Kenny don't speak to Connor. Leah says Connor was wrong, and Connor and Janae date was like for 2 days. Okay, she's like, I mean, you happy now? Move on, right? It's no different than me and Rob. Me and Rob's situation happened for 5 days out of my life. Like, let's move on, okay? And I'm like, I hear you, Leah, and I don't think you're all the way wrong. Like, yes, at some point we do need to move on, but I don't think that you guys know why she really mad. It's not so much as no damn date in the villa, right? It's more so the shit that he did outside of the villa and not apologizing. Okay? Going, saying slick, stupid shit. But anywho, so Kaylor eventually goes to talk to Aaron after Serena told her mama ain't raised no bitch. Get over there, right? And then Janae does a prayer. So she goes over there to chat with Aaron. So Aaron says that she was trying to get him a drink. And he was trying to say he good, but she was still trying to get him a drink. So he took the drink. He drank the drink. He says, this is my first drink in 6 months. She's like, oh my God, here I am. I'm giving you bad choices, about to make you drink all over again. So she wants to talk. And of course, he agrees to do so. But she like, I don't really want to talk here around these people. Like, you want to see my home? And I'm like, girl, I see what you're trying to do. You turned on by this man just by even looking at him. So you trying to invite him back to the house so y'all could talk, not accomplish nothing, but fall back into the cycle. That's what it gives to me. But Aaron, who spent some time to get his mind right, okay, he says, I think that's a stupid idea. I said, come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron. Aaron said, that's a stupid idea. I said, he not wrong. All right. She talks about how her parents keep showing him photos and stuff, or showing her the photos of him. And he said his parents does the same. But let me clock your parent real quick. Your mama was the same one that was online doing all that talking last year, talking about how, oh, my daughter Kaylor is too smart. She's definitely not going to stand for any of this and anything that Aaron's doing and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to see to it, and whoop de whoop de whoop. Your mama did all of that only for her to be over here showing you photos of, look at Aaron. Look how handsome he looks. Look how good he looks. After this man did your daughter like that, you over here talking about some, look at Aaron. Okay. Anywho, so he says he didn't want to ruin the whole experience. Well, first of all, she says that she always cared about him. Well, let's go back some more, because what actually happened was Aaron pretty much apologized to her for putting her through the gaslighting and the manipulation. And she says that she always cared about him and he could be a man at that time. And he just pretty much stood up and told her what was going on. So she asked him, why wouldn't he just tell her about the kiss and everything else that happened? And he says that he didn't want to ruin the whole experience. And whenever Liv would be around, she would pretty much ruin the connection for them. Do y'all see the reoccurring things with Liv? Now, granted, I'm not saying that Aaron is that amazing of a guy, because he's not. I feel like she should have been dumped him. Some part of me felt like what Liv did standing up for Kaylor, she should have done as her friend, because if you're not going to be strong enough to do it, somebody needs to do it. But then also at some point, it may have become weird. Okay, coupled up with other things that you've done. So now I just question, I mean, are you jealous of her? Do you not like her? Do you want to keep her to yourself and don't really want other people to know about her? I don't know what it is. Do you got a crush on her, girl? Let's keep going. So he tells her that he is open to being civil with her and being friends. And then she says, well, I don't know if we could be friends, but we could be cordial. He said, yeah, civil. She said cordial. I'm like, all right, that ain't the same thing. And aside from that, you sitting over here talking about some, I don't know if we could be friends, but you was finna invite this man back to your house. Like, Kaylor, you need that time to yourself for you to self-reflect. Get that together. So she tells him that she's learned so much from the experience and about sticking up for herself. So thank you. And he asked her, are you happy? He will always ask her, are you happy? He would always ask her that. And she was just like, no, I'm not. All right. She says, I'm not. She says, actually, she says, I'm grateful for the life that I live now, but I really was much more happier before then, before all of this. Okay. I feel like she thought she had a bit more peace than what she has now. Right. So I get it. Um, Definitely get it. So Connor pulls Kenny for a chat, and Connor asks him like, "What's up? I feel like there's been an energy shift. I thought we were good or whatever. I saw you unfollowed me online." And then Kenny said, "Yeah, because you disrespected Janae." I said, "I know that's right, Kenny. I know that's right." He said, "You disrespected Janae, bro, and you never apologized, okay? And everything you had to say about her was negative. So why am I following you? Why would I talk to you? Like, if you talking about my girl, like, you cool? So okay, is you cool?" So Connor says that he doesn't dislike her. He says those things weren't that wasn't his intention to badmouth her during the podcast, but all they wanted to do was talk about Janae. So he just found himself just saying some stuff. I guess, honey. I guess. So Kenny says, and it's not even just the stuff you said on a podcast. Like, you could have just been straight up in the villa too. Like, let me clock that to you while we at it. All right. And Connor says, "Well, listen, I did try to message." Oh, and then Kenny also clocked him saying, "Listen, it's been a whole year and you haven't even tried to apologize or nothing. All right. Or it's about to be a year and you ain't say nothing." He was like, "Well, listen, he said, I did message her, and she never responded to me." So eventually, Janae walks up. She interrupts it and tells her man to go get her something to drink. Like, "Don't talk to this clown. Go get me something to drink." So they're talking, and Janae says, "I see you over there talking to the ops." And Kenny said, "Yeah, because he pulled me for a chat." And Janae says, that she sent that. No, Kenny tells her that he sent something was wrong between him and I. And she said, as he should have. Okay. She says that, well, Kenny tells her that Connor felt really bad. She says, as he fucking should. Like, okay. Kenny says, sometimes I'm confused on why it bothers her when she's with me. It's not so much as what he did in the villa. It's just a little slick ass comments he would say, trying to say she's two faced or whatever, right? Those little slick ass things. That's what she's bothered by. Anywho, Kenny says that he told her about the DM and everything, and she says that he didn't or whatever. Then they talk about forgiving, and she says, "Listen, I'm hard headed, so it's gonna take some time." Now, Kaylor tells Leah, Kendall, and Janae about Liv, and Liv down playing glam, but walks in full glam, like bitch, you fake, okay? So Kaylor is saying all of this in front of Kendall. I say, now watch Kendall run back and go tell her. Well, damn, we didn't even get that chance because Kaylor ended up pulling her for a chat her damn self. Kaylor brings up the party and how they was over there hanging out, and then she said she tries to Liv tries to clear it up, telling her like, no, the party actually was canceled, but he decided to do a dinner or whatever like that. Kendall was not invited, but he just happened to show up and happened to be there. And that's just what that was. I don't believe that. She wanted to call Kendall over, and Kaylor was like, no, I don't think he needs to be a part of this conversation because it's you and I talking. So why we got to include him on it? But Liv still included him on it. And she asked him, like, hey, did I invite you? And of course, he was like, no. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I feel like he may have texted her and said, hey, where y'all headed tonight? Oh, no, we may go to such and such. Oh, okay, we might come through there too. But not necessarily inviting him, but just like telling him where we at, what we doing. Interesting. So I don't trust that. But Kaylor calls her out again about the glam. She's like, okay, I hear you on that, but what about the glam though? You said that you wasn't gonna get no glam. So why you ain't tell me that you was gonna get glammed up? And Liv said, well, girl, like, I mean, I don't have to tell you when I'm getting glammed up. Like, you ain't tell me about your spray tan. She said, girl, I wasn't featuring y'all. So why would I tell you about the spray tan? So Kendall comes over, and that's when they do that. And then Kaylor calls her out. She's like, okay, I got another one for you, bitch. Why you sat up there and lied about that damn camera? It's a lot of shit that you've done that I'm over here side-eyeing. And I feel like in the friendship that you guys have had in less than a year, if she's done enough of these things to make you side-eye her, that friendship need to be coming to a fucking close. Okay, because not much is going to change in my personal. So Liv says that it was a business relationship, and the owner told her one thing, and I'm like, but the owner told Kaylor something else. So who's really telling the truth? And I'm willing to believe Kaylor on this. Liv is now taking full accountability again for that camera stuff because she knew her ass was wrong. So Janae and Serena pulled Kendall over there so they could get the tea and find out what's happening. And Liv says that she defended Kaylor in the villa, but Kaylor let Liv get drug over social media. And I said, first of all, bitch, two different things. Okay, and she didn't ask you to defend her. You chose to defend her. And while you sit up here trying to say she let you get drugged online, do you know that Kaylor was also over here fighting for her damn life? Do you know she also was over here online fighting for her own damn life? Because we was over here clowning her for that fuck Aaron and crying and replaying all of this and that. She was over there fighting for her own damn life, okay? Dealing with her own backlash to be defending your ass for real, for real. So Kaylor, they were talking about some messages or something, and Olivia said pull them up. So Kaylor started pulling up the messages and show how she never responded, and she jumped to a whole nother subject matter and never addressed the subject that was at hand. And Kendall, at some point Kaylor walks off and stuff, and Kendall goes up to Liv asking her what happened, like what's wrong, why is she yelling? And it's like, Kendall, stop acting like you don't know what's going on. You know what's going on, love. So Liv over there crying, and Kaylor says, listen, I feel like she crying because she cares about the public's opinion of her, but I don't give a fuck. I said, I know that's motherfucking right. Now, that's one thing I will say that I like about Kaylor for the most part, is the fact that with Kaylor, even though I know she's going to annoy me with the crying and the tears and this and that, and I'm going to get on her head top, Kaylor don't really shy away from that, though. She stands in the fact that she's a crybaby. Whatever it is, I feel like she just owns it, and she doesn't necessarily care about the public's perception of her. She more so just takes accountability, you know what I'm saying? Leans into it, like, this is who I am. Like, I can't change it. I'm a crybaby. Like, I mean, over time, I may fix it, but this is who I am. And that's kind of what I like about her. But that's what we given for the first episode of Beyond the Villa, okay? Leave your thoughts and comments down below, honey. I am Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim, putting shots up.